Today we're gonna create a Nordic pesto. Nordic, not naughty. We're gonna be very naughty today and create a different kind of pesto that you probably used to. The ones that I used to eat was made out of basil, which is actually growing like weed in the countries close to the Mediterranean. So the Italian, they might want to call this a naughty. We'll use parsley instead of basil as the main ingredients because it grows like weed in this garden. Wherever it can get its seeds in, it will produce a plant, and there's loads of it, as you can see. It grows all over the place. So I really need to cut some of this down. Goutweed is pretty bitter, so it's not that good on its own, but together with other green stuff it's pretty good. And you can also put it in some vegan food or use it as a source of fiber. There's a lot of good fiber and minerals and vitamins in nettles as well. There's a lot of articles on the internet about this, so if you are pretty concerned about your health and how you're gonna get all the green stuff into your body, nettles is a very good start. I do not recommend them as raw food unless you want to go the Viking style. It actually is not that pleasant. I tried it, just eat a couple of leaves, but it's a burning sensation. Getting impatient. But as you can see, there's lots of it, so I better start cutting. So here we are in the outdoor kitchen with all the ingredients made ready. There's some goutweed here. Again, I suggest that you take the new leaves so it won't be that bitter, but it's a matter of taste, of course, so whichever you prefer. If you want some more bitterness, you can add the more grown-up leaves instead of just using those baby leaves. Then we got the nettles. This is just the portion I chose to use. You can use a lot more, and you can also just make this pesto from only nettles, and it will be fine as well. But this is a mix of all the green weeds in the garden. This is the parsley. Not to forget the garlic. It's very important to get the right taste. And then the juice of a lemon. Well, it can be half lemon or a whole lemon, depends on the size of your portion you're making. The meaning of the lemon is actually just to keep the green color in the pesto afterwards. It will keep the green color nice and fresh, even when it's in the jar and has been standing there for quite a while in the fridge. Not to forget the sunflower seeds, and then a whole lot of sunflower oil. This is not going to be in exact measurements at all. I don't use that. I don't actually follow any recipe. This is just a matter of taste. It's only eye measurement, and hopefully you can find your own balance in it as well. But if you try and follow my lead here, I'll think it'll be alright. Anyway, this is the way that I like it, and it always turns out great. So don't be too hooked up on exact measurements or grams and deciliters and whatever, cups of this and cups of that. So just try and do your own eye measurement, and hopefully you will get your own perfect balance in the mix. Yeah, it's not that expensive to make it, so if it goes wrong the first time, it doesn't matter. If it's too bitter the next time, it doesn't matter. You can always go and pick your weeds again and give it another go. Depending on your blender, you can cut all the greens in smaller pieces before you put it into the blender. Depends on which model you're using and how much power it got. This is my favorite one, Optimum 9200. It can virtually mix almost anything. I made peanut butter the other day just with the peanuts, no other ingredients added. So we added the greens into the mixer, and now time for some pepper. Depends on how strong you want it. Just use something like this. Then some salt. Again, up to you, but around this size is what I use. Then a lot of sunflower seed oil. This is unsaturated fat, so it doesn't really harm you. It only makes it better, and you need to add quite a lot in order for the oil to stay on top of the greens, even when it's mixed and in the jar. Then it will be conserved naturally. Then there's the lemon juice. Squeezed a little lemon into here, and as I tried to explain before, the purpose of the lemon is not so much because of its taste as it is because of its ability to conserve the green color into the jar when it's finished and when it's standing in the fridge. Then some garlic, this is my portion, into the mix, and then the sunflower seeds. Again, it's loosely measured, but I think this will do it. Now let's start mixing. And the mix is finished, so it looks something like this. And let's give it a taste, shall we? It's good. Well, you wouldn't know that, of course, but I've cleaned this jar with the conservative agent that we call ataman. And that's basically it. Now it's just to put it on a nice piece of bread and enjoy it the way you like it.